We're here at the Crabs Raceway with one of our racers. Could you just give us your name and tell us a little about
my name is Lewis Elder and I drive the number 99 BMW 318.
Alright, so how did you do today?
I did very well. It was a good track.
Yeah.
It was good racing and I was on a bit of a roll today.
Yeah.
So I was driving pretty good. It's very important to read the track and get all the braking points. The most important thing on this track today was braking points because it's very slippery. There's a lot of dust and dirt on the track, and if you don't get the right braking points, you're just going to slide off and make a big mistake. So very important to read the track, and I just seem to be able to do that well today.
Nice. So tell us about how long really have been racing?
How long have I been racing?
Yeah, how long?
I've been into car racing for years and years, a long time, but I started dirt track racing probably 3.5, maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that takes a good long time to learn how to drive the car properly. You know, it's not an easy. You can't just jump in a car and expect to be number one. It takes a little time to figure out how the car works, how the traction works. About 3.5 years.
All right. So for youngsters who want to get into the sports here, what's your best advice for them?
I would say the best thing is to come up to the track, talk to some of the drivers, spectate, volunteer to be a marshal. That's a really good way of getting into the sport, because when you're a marshal, you can see what's going on, you get to know everybody, you get to feel out and see how things work, and it's free too.
Very nice, very nice.
And we need marshals too.
So you're doing a promotion for marshals as well?
Of course, yeah.
All right.
Marshals are very important part of the track.
All right, so what about the different classes? Do we have classes going on?
There are different classes, yeah. Today we saw really only the BMW. There was one other class car, which was the Subaru WRC for Ian Mellows.
Yeah.
But that will be a four-wheel drive open class. So there's a two-wheel drive open, which is really any car that is rear-wheel drive, and there's no regulations for that, apart from it's just rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
So there's no limits to the power or anything like that. And then they have a front-wheel drive open, which is the same thing but for front-wheel drive. The Peugeots are very popular with that. And then there's a four-wheel drive, which is what Ian Mellows is. And the BMWs have their own class, so that's a BIMA class. And those cars have a lot of regulations, and the class is designed so that it's a very cost-effective class. It's not expensive.
Okay.
So all the engines and gearboxes are all completely stock. There's no modifications or upgrades. It keeps it very affordable. So it's really, it's not an expensive thing to do.
Very good, very good, very good.
Yeah.
So one last question. When next will we be racing?
I think the next race is in April, sometime in April. I can't remember when the next race is. We have a calendar out, so I have to look up and see what the calendar. I have to confess I haven't read it, so I don't know. But I think that's the next race. So if whoever's watching this, if you want to come and spectate, please come. Spectators right now are free, so that's really good. We have some good shade, and it's a nice little bar with some drinks. It's a good line to come and watch all the cars go. So if you want to come out, have a great day. That's the time to come.